Hello and welcome back to FACEIT, this time for the North American part of our league. We're going to have two matches for you tonight, the first of which should be starting very shortly. I'm joined by Björn.
Oh, that was better.
Björn, also known as Threat. Welcome back from DreamHack.
Thank you.
Have a good DreamHack?
Yeah, I think it went pretty well. We had a really epic final. I like that we had one Swedish team and one foreign team in the final. It just made for a great match for the audience. I think it was, I know there was like 1,000 seats there, and they were like full, and around the seats there were at least 1,000 people more, so
Yeah,
it was nuts.
yeah, it's really good. I noticed they put a Hearthstone stand next to Counter-Strike. They just need to remove that. Just get rid of it. Put it outside or something. Get more chairs for Counter-Strike, please. Thank you very much. So I believe our first match. Actually, let's have a look at the schedule and see what we have coming up for you today. Again, it is two matches here in the North American part of our league. So CLG versus Nihilum is going to be first on Inferno, followed by, after a short break, Elevate and Cloud9 on Dust 2. So CLG versus Nihilum, Inferno. Do you have any opinion?
Well, not really. I think it's going to be a very close game. It's completely 50-50 for me. I haven't seen so much from either of these teams on Inferno. And it was actually a pretty long time ago I actually watched an Inferno game. There was actually no Inferno game as the entirety of DreamHack.
Wow.
Yeah, that's actually interesting.
I didn't realize that, but that is an interesting one. Considering if we look back to like 6 months ago, maybe a bit more, it was almost always Inferno.
Yeah,
It was
and
Inferno all over the place.
And I wonder, maybe there was one, but it's still way less than before. So I don't know why that is. Maybe it's because of things in the meta, like people have started to become so good at defending BSCT, just abusing like every single smoke. They can throw the smokes from A from like every angle, so you will always have 4 to 5 smokes at B. And when those smokes fades, you usually have 2 Molotovs as well. It just takes forever if you want to make a good B push for the T. So maybe teams feel like that. Due to that reason, it becomes kind of random. They don't dare to pick it in like tournaments where it really matters. I don't know.
If you are new to the FACEIT League and our streams, then we can go through the format very quickly for you so you can see how exactly things run here in the FACEIT League. The FACEIT League spans across 3 regions of the world: North America, Europe, and Oceania. In North America and Oceania, there are 6 teams in those respective leagues. In Europe, there are 8 teams. North America and Europe have a home and away system, which basically means that all the teams play each other twice. The away team gets to veto 2 maps, after which the home team picks from the remaining 5. Oceania is still in a place where they play each other once and do vetoes on the day. So North America and Europe know all their matches in advance, so they can prepare for them accordingly. And hopefully Oceania will end up in that spot in the future. So, but again, we are here for North America and 2 matches today, first of which is going to be on Inferno. So we'll have to wait and see how that will play out, hopefully very shortly. In the meantime, we are going to we do have milestones coming up. The next one is 600,000 followers, and for that we're going to be giving away. We're going to be trying to trade up for 2 Dragon Lore attempts. Those are going to be for subscribers. We're also going to give away a StatTrak AK-47 Aquamarine Revenge minimal wear, and there will be an open raffle, so for subscribers and non-subscribers alike, for a Bayonet Blue Steel. So make sure you whack the follow button. So we're just waiting for the Nihilum players now, and then we should be good to go. We'll see if Pastor SEMPHIS can bring CLG for some Bible study. I actually recently covered my AWP graphite in CLG stickers because it looks so good. Yeah, I'm sure you're really interested to hear this, but we got to fill time threat. Producer Reese has left us out here.
I actually have a question for you. You've been watching so much CS the past months. What's your opinion of the current Inferno? Do you enjoy watching it still? I know a lot of people thinks it's becoming kind of boring in the way it's being played. What do you think?
I would agree. When there's a lot of situations, if you think about it, you can have up to maybe around 30 rounds of Inferno on a good day or a bad day, however you may see it. And a lot of that time is spent with smokes, terrorists on the wrong side of those smokes, just walking around, just doing this basically. And you have to talk through all of that, round after round, after round, after round, after round. And really, like, you'll spend upwards of a minute just saying, so, you know, the T's are poking around the apps. They're looking up banana, or they're at the bottom of banana because they've been smoked off. But somewhere they're standing next to a smoke, so
they have to wait.
Yeah.
So let's wait.
So that can be quite tedious, and it's really hard not to be repetitive, and you have to be conscious. Like, it's a boring, like, as a commentator, right? It's a boring period of time because you see it every round, and there's not much going on because it'll be suicidal for the teams to put your smoke, right? So they just have to stand around, and then you have to kind of say something at some point. So that, I feel, it can become tedious, and I think that maybe there's some evolution to be done on Inferno to change that somewhat. Although I have no idea what that evolution is or how we go about it. I think
making things a bit like wider.
I think that it might end up being updated by Valve in the future. I think it might be. I don't know what they do. I think maybe banana might be made wider.
Yeah,
I don't have that from the horse's mouth, but
mid as well. Like, usually you don't want areas which you can just block with only one smoke. It just makes for, maybe if you have put it in one place, but it feels like all the places on Inferno you can block with one smoke.
that is a very good point, actually.
Yeah, and it just, that's so different. Like, take mid on cash, for example. If you want to do the wall of smokes in mid, you have to throw 2 smokes, and if you want to block the roof, you actually have to throw a smoke there, so that's actually 3. On Inferno, you just can throw 1, like, at a time. It's just so different in that regard.
Yeah, and the C2s have a lot of interesting ways they can mix it up by, say, not smoking off straight away, and being passive, like towards quad nut, or not smoking off straight away, and say having an AWP looking on the line to second mid, for example. You know, just things like that, which means the T's always have to be careful, and then that's where a team like TSM come in, and they'll start throwing the smokes a lot later, especially towards B, and then you're pretty much screwed, basically. So I feel like there is, you know, it's a map where it could have development, it could be better, but it's beyond my expertise to say how, but I would like it to be less mundane in the early stages with regards to smokes, basically. So they're probably OP at the moment on the map. I think it's a reasonable thing to say.
Yeah, I completely agree. And coming from 1.6, the big difference on Inferno there was actually that both banana and middle was much wider. And you needed, if you wanted to block off a sided mid, you needed 2 smokes. Plus you could even see to arch the vault area that goes to the spawn. You could actually see from there down in mid, which makes it even more open there. So it was very, very different. Even though, like, the basic architecture of the map was the same, just making it tighter plus making the smokes a lot better makes, I don't know, it's as I said, like, TSM is abusing the fact and they're just waiting with throwing the smokes as late as they possibly can. Like, are they coming? Okay, then we have to throw it. But as long as they don't see anyone, they don't have to throw the smoke. So just pushing the time, like, even further. And when I see them play, you usually see teams pushing when there's like 10 seconds left. Yeah. Because they don't have another option.
Yeah, so maybe you'll end up going back to older iterations of the game. And I'm quite curious as to, you know, I feel like when Valve are taking these maps out of the active duty pool and putting them in whatever the other one's called, like Nuke now. Like, when they finish editing Nuke and they put it back, then what disappears? Because presumably they're going to add that to the map pool and then take something else out. So I wonder what they're going to take out. I don't think they'll take out cache. So I think it probably has to be Inferno.
Yeah, I actually think so. If they, let's say they will put in Tuscan, which I hope is the next map they'll put in the map pool, then they probably will remove Inferno. I mean, you have Dust 2, which is as old as Inferno, but Dust 2 is still, like, way more open. You can be more come up with new things on it still, and it's usually a lot more fun to watch games on Dust 2 in
Yeah.
general.
And they've opened a skybox as well over A.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
We haven't seen Team use that so much, I think, because I think there's a lot of like tricky things you can do that people are not thinking about.
Yeah. Dupree gave me some ideas on that map when he was here on the Get Dupree show at the LAN finals, where he said, you know, like it's possible to like theoretically throw nades to short from long and vice versa, which I did have a play around with, and you can basically there is a flash from long if you've got a control of long, which you can just throw and flashes everybody short, and it's basically impossible to see coming because it comes from behind and it lands like here above them. It's just completely out of their field of view. So if short's being pushed and you have someone in control of long, if they're on the other side of the door, or I'm sure there's variation for both sides, but they can at least try and slow people down with flashes there. And there are smokes to smoke off shorts as well, which can work both ways as a defensive smoke and also to allow people to jump down into slope. So there are lots of dynamic things you can do. I think I saw Get Right do a smoke from the boost spot onto short onto long. Well, I did see him do it. I think it might be from my video, which is kind of cool. But there we go. Yeah, it's actually there's actually a better way of doing it. It needs a slight adjustment, so because it bounces one too many times than it needs to. So it can get there faster with a slight adjustment. So I need to update that.
Trying to avoid the bounce. I remember back when I used to play a lot, like a bounce is always so bad because it's obviously makes a sound.
Yeah, it's telegraphing what you're doing.
Yeah, exactly. So
it's giving an indication.
And yeah, but we're actually going to see Inferno, so maybe we should stop talking about.
No, I want to talk about Dust 2.
Dust 2 is awesome.
Yeah, no. So we're due to start the match very shortly, and I'm just trying to think of Inferno. There are so many nades on Inferno as well. But let's see. Last time when it was the FACEIT League qualifiers, Ireland didn't really care about the nades. They were just had SEMPHIS on the T side, just running up mid and just blasting people in the face, and that was that. So
and it actually worked.
Yeah, it did. It did. They couldn't put a stop to it. So we'll see if it happens now. SEMPHIS's computer crashed apparently, which is why we have this delay. And they were horsing around on the server, so maybe they need to be whipped.
There's actually a thing in the meta on Inferno that hasn't been abused that much. Since a lot of teams put 3 people towards B in the beginning of the round, you can actually make a fast execute on A. Maybe you don't want to rush it, because then they will, like, you're telegraphing it so much. But just doing a really fast, like mid or apps push.
Okay, so Valve still haven't fixed this running thing, which I really hope they fix soon, where you can't hear them running, because even if you do Overwatch it, you can't hear it either, so I think it's fairly important. So maybe this week, who knows? It's Wednesday today, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so maybe it happened today. Maybe not. Okay, so CLG should start on the CT side.
Yes, and what will Nihilum do here on the T-pistol? Will they go for the classic Glock train, or will they opt to buy some nades? Usually you can see a guy dropping a Tech 9, which means he also can buy a smoke.
What is the classic Glock train?
It's just a B-rush, actually.
Okay.
Because it's, even though they might even stack B with 3 people, it's still kind of strong. I actually see a CZ on Hiko with a smoke, and he doesn't even drop the CZ, he's actually keeping it himself without any Keller.
Yeah, so maybe there's something Nihilum haven't considered. We've seen it fairly commonly recently from Na'Vi and other teams where they throw the purchase gun to a player with armor. So, going to have 2 CLG players caught in the apps. That's not going to be good. They're going to be pushed from 2 sides potentially. No frags for either side yet, however. Tarik going to finally get taken down by Han, previously known as Autimatic. He is rocking a new moniker, new handle. Only Cutler and hazed remaining here. They've only taken down Valens so far. Han will take down hazed. So Cutler versus the rest of the world. Not much for him to do. And Nihilum start the train already.
Yeah, and just a basic A push there from apps and short from Nihilum. And if you get the 2 first kills on short, basically means you can go down in big, but you can take site. The last seat is probably towards the library, and yeah, the round is basically over at that point.
So CLG on the force by FNS and Tarik. with the armor. Standard setup here from the CTs. Although they will move a third player to Speedway fairly soon. And nades are coming in from the Nihilum side. No Molotov at the back where FNS is standing. You can see they went for the HEs, etc. And they're not going to check the back of the site here. And the crossfire is going to be real. Han is going to cover the back of his teammates. But FNS finds another frag for his team. Finally gets taken down, but it's a 3 versus 2. The cleanup should be possible here for Nihilum. The bomb's actually going to rotate out of the site towards A.
This is a very strange situation here. I actually think I never seen this.
The only time I saw anything like this was Complexity versus Very Games at DreamHack Winter 2013, when they rotated the bomb and Very Games didn't find out for the longest time, and then it was too late. Tarik going to get that bonus money in. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I actually remember that. That was really cool.
That was my favorite game of Counter-Strike Go.
And yeah, obviously nothing Tarik can do in this situation, especially considering he doesn't have a diffuse kit.
Yeah, he can save his armor as well.
And there is a bug now with the score. It's actually 2-0 or 1-0 right now. It's gonna be 2-0 to here.
Yeah, when CLG went around, it will fix itself. So do not worry about that. The bug list on GoTV is ever expanding.
Yeah, but the one where you cannot hear the footsteps, that's a pretty new one, right?
That is a new one. That's like it's from the last or second last update, if I'm not mistaken. But maybe they're trying to work out what the bug is, because I sincerely hope they're aware of it. Anyway, so as you can see on the scoreboard here, it is 2-0 to Nihilum, not 2-1 as suggested by the other scoreboard at the top there. So Tarik's going to continue with the gun he saved in the previous round, and Nihilum may have a more measured approach to this round than the last round, because they did lose quite a lot of players. So again, going to have that nade coming in, although really he should be doing that from while he's standing on the car, so it goes further down into the site. Fairly standard anti-eco here. The gun has been lost, Tarik going down, so just the 3 pistols remaining here for CLG. No armor to save or anything, so they may go for some exits, see if they can pick up some weapons.
And that was a pretty risky play from Tarik. Having the gun there alone basically means if he goes down, nobody can pick it up. And you usually do that, so you show the weapon, and you want to scare the terrorist off to the other side where you put the stack. But you have to like weigh it. It's really worth it to only have Tarik there alone, so no one can pick that Galil up. It's not an easy choice.
Yeah, Nihilum will just bide their time at the bottom of Banana. They know people will be waiting for them, and somehow SEMPHIS will shoot Hiko straight in the head. And they stole the AWP as well! What? What?
Did he pick it up in there?
He's got it, look! It was on the...
From a flawless anti-eco, and there was like 1 second left. They managed to TK one guy. He kills one, and then he steals the AWP. It's like the worst second ever for CLG.
That's the worst second in the history of Counter-Strike Gaming in CSGO. Oh my god, that's amazing. That needs to be #1 highlight right there for the week. That's hilarious. So JDM64 steals himself a free AWP gratis from Nihilum, but again it is 3-0 here for the Nihilum side. Perhaps the SEMPHIS going to be without his Pope-mobile for this round at the very least. We have Hiko in a position just looking presumably through to CT apps there. But it looks like Nihilum are fairly committed to this B bomb site. I have all the players here as the push comes in. We have a crossfire from CLG. FNS gets traded immediately, but that should ring alarm bells. And the slow rotation comes out as they haven't seen the bomb yet. They've still got hazed on the site. And he's going to take 1 frag, but that gun's going to run out of bullets far too soon. Valens going to trade him 3 versus 3. CLG, will they push the site now?
And this is really bad for CLG if Nihilum takes 4-0 ST. They should really try to save her.
Yeah, I'm sure SEMPHIS will be hungry for his gun. What a snap there from JDM. And now it could be on for them. They could go for a smoke defuse, which might not work out for them. JDM does have the kits. And they forced the T's off the side, actually. But the problem is he can't hold the angle because he's the one with the defuse kit, which makes things a little bit awkward. So now, basically, he will do some damage to the T side, and they will all die. But he will lose the AWP that he stole from the previous round. So, was that worth it, in your opinion?
Not really. They should have just saved when they were in a 3v3. Because they're in the position where it's still only 4-0, so just back up. We don't wanna ruin our own economy. We just wanna build up like a stable economy because when you're CT on Inferno, a very CT's favored map, it's your economy is the more important part, especially in the 5 first rounds of the game.
I think that if after getting that first frag when it was 3v3, if JDM isn't the one carrying the kit, then they might have a reasonable chance because he can hold the angle with the shot and you can bet your bottom dollar that he's going to make those shots. But unfortunately, it wasn't the way round I needed it to be. They're going to go for the stack here. 4 men towards the B bomb site. You saw the pop flashes coming in, but Nihilum they had a more passive angle, so they weren't going to be exposed and caught short. So it's Cutler this time, who has the only primary gun for the CLG side. JDM has got the armor as well. Cutler, of course, saving from the previous round. Only one person down here, SEMPHIS, the peasants, has fallen. And there's not much left for CLG to do here. Cutler needs to go for the save. Hazed will manage to pick up a gun. We'll see if he can save it. Now Cutler's gone down.
Yeah, and should be. He should just try to save this weapon, but should not be doable. Gets the first kill though. Now they know where he is. They go down there to Hiko. So 5-0 to Nihilum. CLG. Well, they haven't got a money reset, so that's something going in their way. So
at least there's that. But they definitely want to make that one on the top of the board real again. It is 5-0, not 5-1. So another buy coming out. This time JDM going to have to purchase his own AWP. SEMPHIS has found his, but an important point, 2 of the Nihilum players, sancz and SEMPHIS, don't have helmets here, which means that as far as they're concerned, those 4 M4s are now AK-47s. One shot to the dome and they will be done.
I wouldn't be surprised if Nihilum actually just goes for the 5-man push towards B again. Just showing some presence here, so was apartments and mid. And the bomb is still down there towards the... It's actually more towards banana than A slope. Or sorry, T slope, so they might actually just fall back here after they... Yeah, just showing some presence. Just try to force CLG to play a 1 extra guy here on A.
And indeed, that is what it looks like they might be doing, unless they're looking to rotate something, but it's not going to be JDM. He was over towards quad and he's gone down, and that might change things here. We still have very aggressive position on B from one Nihilum player, but looks like they're going to try and clean up the A site, and here we go. Just the aim battles, the duels being won by Nihilum. And FNS going to come in and get 2 frags, but the bomb is still at the bottom of banana, so which way is Han going to go? He could potentially go to B and have sancz wrap, but FNS starting to ask questions. Why hasn't bomb gone down yet? And with all the action, he has to figure it's probably A somewhere, and now he realizes it's B. So Han he knows that FNS is miles away. He can put himself in whatever post-plant position he likes.
The question is there a kit on B? Because FNS doesn't have a kit.
Okay, so you can see him molotoving the back boxes there.
No kit.
And he has to... He's not even going to have enough time, is he? Oh, nice peek by Han, but he's got all the information he needs, and they will both skedaddle. Han had the kit as well. I mean, the Molotov. Actually, something we saw, I want to say from the Japanese team in the Southeast Asia show match, but I'm not 100% sure it was that one. But basically, they had a Molotov that bounced off the corner of the terrace roof. They planted it for barbecue, and then they made a barbecue when the CT tried to defuse it, basically. Team NXL producer restarts me. It was really, really nice Molotov, which I think we should probably make a highlight video of so people are more aware of it.
Yeah, that sounds amazing.
It was awesome. It was awesome. And had another one from library through the tiniest gap onto the A bomb site as well. They're really excellent Molotovs, but enough about that. It is 6-0 here for Nihilum. CLG managed to eke out another buy here. But again, they're just charging around corners. Nihilum seems to be very comfortable doing this on Inferno. Just running around corners and shooting people in the face, but they might not come out this round alive, although they've got the clutch master Hiko. Missed the highlight reel. Planting the bomb. He needs to get it down fast. He could very... Oh, if he just had half a second more. Looking at the health of the CLG players, hazed with 5, Cutler with 33. It was doable, but it wasn't to be.
We should look at CLG's economy now. Yeah, they're pretty money screwed basically. 2 people need to drop M4s, and 2 people need to buy Kevlar and nades, so that means 4 people will be low on money. So if Nihilum manages to win this round, they're looking to actually win this half. So
yeah,
extremely important round for CLG.
If Nihilum win this round, they could end up winning the half something like 12-3, 11-4, because CLG, their economy is going to be absolutely wrecked. Nihilum bringing the numbers up mid, and again they're just looking for the angels. I just want the wars, and SEMPHIS, he really just abuses people on this map for fun, and he's doing the same now. And CLG, this might be curtains for them here. Only 2 people left versus the 4 of Nihilum. Some nice flash off the door of the B apartments, but it's not going to be enough to save them here. FNS is once again the last man standing, having to go for the B rotate as A has been pushed. That'll be a consolation frag. But again, now they've won a round, their loss bonus will be completely reset. Their money will be decimated.
And already 7-1. This is disastrous for CLG. You can see the FNS with some extra cash might go for a 5 or so CZ, yes. And 2 CZs here on CLG. So a half buy, just gonna try to apply some pressure on Nihilum's economy, but probably won't matter that much. I think they have more money than they need right now.
This is a really interesting thing that Nihilum do to certain teams on Inferno. Like I can't see them charging like Cloud9 like this, but we'll come back to that in a second, and we'll see if the CTs can get any more trades. Han's going to get a 2-man spray down. There are more to find. So teammates going to come in for support, so that could have been horrible for them, but they only lost 1 player. That's a very nice flashbang, but I don't think it completely caught Cutler, but the bullets definitely did. And FNS, once again, stuck on B, alone, with no one to talk to. Another round in the bag for Nihilum. And I wanted to say, I think if they deem, I think there's a certain level of team where they can't do this kind of strategy, where they just basically charge up, just go pick his advantage and just out-aim them, and then that's pretty much the entire map. Again, we did see them do this to a team in the FACEIT League qualifiers, and now we've seen them do it to CLG. I don't think they could do this to Cloud9. I don't know if they could do it to, say, Keed Stars, for example. But I feel like there's a level of teams where they think, yeah, we'll just dominate you. We don't even really need to do anything fancy. We're just going to come and shoot you in the face.
Yeah, you have a good point there. Last weapon round, SEMPHIS just walked up mid and got 2 entry kills for a day. So should not be able to happen.
Okay, so Cutler holding things down for a while, but then Mr. SEMPHIS comes out again, laying down the law. But this one may go the way of CLG, actually. Indeed it will, but again, now it's critical time. Let's have a look at how much money the Nihilum players have, because their buy may be a bit limited here. I can let go of the tab, see it here. So let's see how many AKs they get out, because that's what it's going to come down to. How many AKs are they going to rock? And it's 3, so this is a key round. This is a big chance here for CLG to eke back a reasonable score on the CT side, because obviously we've seen Nihilum just want to go for the peaks, but they are lacking the firepower now to do it properly.
Bomb going down there in mid just usually means they're just gonna go for a more kind of style. Gets a good trade in a banana, 1 for 1. CTs are forced to get into awkward positions now, and oh, Valens being very aggressive all alone there on short.
Yeah, he was almost crab walking, looked like an old man with a walking stick, just creeping around. So 3 versus 4, just the riflers now remaining for Nihilum after losing the 2 pistol players. JDM64 missing an important shot there. Bit of information for his team, but they're stuck with 2 per site and no vision of mid, are the CLG team. Now, Nihilum can play the clock for a little while. 45 seconds remaining, and you can see Cutler moving away from Speedway into deep quad pit area. SEMPHIS has spotted someone, and he's coming in for a kill. Hazed goes down, so now it's just the one over towards A. No, ooh, are they going to go for the rotation? They're going to send one person there, leave JDM, the last person standing on B. He's going to lose the duel to Hiko, and now Tarik's thinking, what the hell is going on? We just lost someone A, just lost someone B, haven't seen the bomb. 18 seconds left, I'm smoked off. I think I know what's going on here. He's going to push through the smoke. Open plant coming in, Hiko's going to save the day there. I don't know if they would have got the plant in time had Tarik gone for that. Sorry, found the kill there.
And once again, CLG's money is going to be reset. They did have 4 survivors the last round, plus Cutler will probably be able to save this rifle. So might see a semi-full buy next round, probably some FAMASs. So not the end of the world for CLG, but just the rounds now. Nihilum is going to get up to 9-2 ST on Inferno. So worst case for them, they win the half with 9-6.
I know there's some drama in North America at the moment as CLG got an invite to ESWC over Luminosity, you might say. I don't know, Peter, ex-CLG player Peter, is not necessarily happy about that, so I'm sure he's going to be looking on with who knows what expression on his face as this goes down. 9-2 now, Nihilum having a super strong T side here, looking almost unstoppable. Now they're going to be back with full rifles here, 4 AKs and the AWP onto SEMPHIS once again.
And they're doing their thing now, just walking up mid, just going for the picks.
Yeah, JDM has no choice but to move back here. FNS only with a pistol in this round, so it's CLG's turn to feel the strain. Well, Nihilum look for the gains. So, bit of bedlam over towards the A side at the moment. Have a mini rotation from Tarik onto Speedway, slowly moving back towards B as things start to calm down here. Hazed with a nice spot over the smoke.
Yeah, it was a real nice spot. I have never seen that position before, actually.
Okay, so I wonder if it was a smoke he put down himself there to try and get a sneaky frag. Those kind of frags, you know, get string 2, maybe 3 together. Those are the kind of spots that can win you that round you so desperately need. So JDM just holding the angle here. You can see there's a distinct lack of nades on the CLG side. Just a flash on Cutler, a flash on Tarik, and that is about it. But they're going to get 3 quick frags in succession. Half a minute on the clock here. SEMPHIS just down to 16 as well. He needs to be quick on the trigger finger of that AWP. Crossfire is here though for CLG. However, there is a smoke. FNS having to rotate over towards construction. The bomb is down now. That's going to be the rest of the rotation, but it won't be needed. Tarik getting 2 frags. Only the 3rd round on the board for CLG, though.
Yeah, flawless round there for CLG, so I wouldn't be surprised if they actually managed to win the rest of the rounds this half. But I don't think that will be enough. Nihilum already up to 9 round ST. Gonna go for the force buy here, Nihilum, which is kind of an odd decision considering they cannot break CLG's bank because they won that round flawlessly, but we'll see what they try to do with it. Looks like they're just gonna go for a simple B for sure.
Yeah, Nihilum's buy looking like the hotel lobby after the DreamHack after party. Just a damn mess. Only valens and sancz remaining, and they've only got 1 rifle between them versus 4 CLG players. However, trades will come in. Bombs on the floor. Over a minute left for sancz to get some more damage in. But that's going to be that. CLG heading towards a 6-9 score. Nihilum will try and stop them, but their money is in complete tatters now. This is an excellent chance for CLG to get back into this match. But
yes, I just want to question once again why they did that buy. Because when you're going for a force buy, you should know that your chance of winning the round is decreased because you don't have all the weapons you need. So basically the reward must be greater than it usually is, which it wasn't in that case because they won the previous round with 5 people alive. So maybe it's just a miscalculation there from Nihilum.
Maybe it's just a lack of respect for their opponents. They must feel confident in terms of individual skill, but you still need guns to play with. JDM64, it's really good to see him back on the team in North America, and you can see why. With shots like that, pretty damn fast. CLG will go into the final round of the first half without losing a player in the previous, which means all the mollies come out. Hazed he's got 5k in the bank, so he should just buy a helmet here because, for example, if he gets into a situation where he might get shot in the head through the corner of a wall, it could be the difference between life or death, and he's got nothing to lose by buying it. Nade's coming down mid there. Just extreme pressure from Tarik, finding himself 1, 2, 3 frags while Nihilum looks towards Banana. JDM64 with a no-scope, going to finish things off just on the side of the pole there. That was a super fast round indeed. No helmets needed.
Yeah, and as we said, kind of expected that they would actually go get the rest of the rounds there because they were able to build up that bank. But however, 6-9 going into the second half. And yeah, they basically CLG must win the pistol round, or the force buy after that, and basically force Nihilum into a bad economy. That's the only way back into this game.
Yeah, I'm wondering what kind of CT side we can expect from Nihilum now. If they're going to be passive, they're going to play standard and hold the usual angles, or if they're just going to be rabid, aggressive, and try and shut down CLG as CLG did in those last 2 rounds, charging down mid with the nades, etc. Just having a complete shutout, not allowing Nihilum to control the match to control the round, as they might have wanted to.
It's so strong to do that round where you just push down mid very fast, at least one time. You usually want to do it early in the game as well, because if you do it early in the game, the terrorists always need to be worried about that push from the CTs, which basically means they have to have some kind of answer. Either they should have to throw a flash straight up from the slope, take a peek, and basically waste time and resources checking something which they don't even know if you're doing it or not.
Alright, so we should be back on the go very shortly now. So you can see Han topping the kill board for his team. Flames have only 5 kills in his second place though, so I don't know if it's the assists or the if he's been getting some bomb planting going on, but by the by. Nihilum with a solid lead so far, and again, this is the all-important pistol now for both of these teams, but more for CLG on the less favoured side. We cannot expect them to have the kind of showing that Nihilum just did.
2 smokes here on Nihilum, so if there will be a retake situation, Nihilum can actually go for the Ninja Defuse in the smoke.
There was a young kid who recently got a Ninja Defuse on FACEIT. And he was screaming, "He's got a Ninja Defuse!" It was hilarious. It's on Reddit somewhere. But anyway, there are suggestions of a B push here from CLG. But with Hazed still in a passive position, obviously part of it will be to just watch any flankers. Their options are still somewhat open to them.
We should look where they throw these smokes now, CLG. If they're gonna smoke towards site, or if they're gonna smoke towards
that
spawn.
one from the tree looks like it's in the barbecue area, because if you throw it just vertically a little bit lower, it goes to the closer side of the fountain. Indeed, that's going straight to the barbecue area. They're going to wall off the front of the site, it seems. Hiko, though, is in position to try and do something about it. He's got players running in blind, and he's not going to find a frag. And this is a massive fake here, as the rest of the team have gone towards A. There's still 2 players there, though, but they've caused 1 rotation. Bomb's on the floor, and Pit is still in control of Han. He's gone down as well. So, will this pay off for CLG? They've got all the angles they need. Bomb's picked up now, and the plant will come in, but the rotation's already there from Hiko and Valens.
That was an extremely smart pistol from CLG, and Nihilum might actually take this back 1-on-1 situation now. Hiko versus Hazed.
Hiko doesn't have a kit. Hazed, however, will not know that. You'll hear the guns, but he's being teased by that defuse gun. And there it is, Hiko. The baiting pays off. He finds himself a fish.
Too bad from CLG. That was an awesome try though from CLG. The thing they did there is smoking off the site on B is very smart, because usually you have at least one of the CTs there, and you had one guy just trying to push the guy towards CT spawn back into construction, which basically sells the fake completely. However, the problem was the guy faking B died, and then the guy in Big Pick got the first kill, so just too few players there from CLG to win that round in the end there.
Yeah, it was a nice one, but it got themselves a bomb plant, which means they'll probably go for the buy in the following round. So for now, it's just going to be pistols, super light buy, starting to go into the app. So I think it might be a case of just trying to get a bonus plant if they can. I think, let's have a quick look at the money here, as that nade wrecks people. Use it, Hazed with $3,100. Maybe he drops a naught for JDM, we'll have to see. Well, moving swiftly on, there is a smoke you can do. If you can get around the boiler part of mid, you can bounce a smoke onto quad, which can allow you to go for desperation plant on the very first corner of the box before you get to the usual area. You have to get right into the box to get the plant there, but if they get that plant, then that's a much healthier buy than otherwise. You can see finesse limited to Galil. I think with them buying P250s, if one of them just goes for a smoke instead and tries to do that, then that could make all the difference. That's something that I think Virtus.pro have done a few times in the long past, but you very rarely see it come out these days.
Just gonna take control of apartments first. Nihilum do have control of banana, just leaving one guy there. So if CLG decides to push onto A here, they might be in a lot of trouble.
Okay, so Valens with an MP9. We'll see what part that has to play a bit later on. And he's the one holding banana on his own as well, which is quite curious, although he's not really going to be challenged for now. There is a smoke down, but people are starting to head his way. So this could be a case of MP9 versus rest of North America, and that is not going to be a good situation. However, Hayes getting the opening frag onto the A bomb site may put the CTs in a weird situation, and indeed that might have slowed down the rotation back onto B from Valens. He's going to go down. Open B bomb site. Only had an MP9 to contest these AKs and Galil, and Nihilum looking to be broken here.
Yeah, they should just try to go for the save here. Not much they can do. Hiko's gonna try to save here in apartments, and we should bring up the scoreboard to see how much money Nihilum has. They will probably go for a buy here next round. So
it's not over yet.
No, if CLG actually string 2 rounds together here and force Nihilum to an Hiko, they actually have an opening back into this game. But it's gonna be tough. I mean, even if they force Nihilum to reset their money twice, they're only back to 11-11 and their T on Inferno, so looking pretty grim for them here.
Yeah, and Nihilum has such a strong lead at the moment that they don't need to worry just yet. But look at the buy. SEMPHIS going to go into bath salts mode, get the AWP out with no armor whatsoever, just a smoke grenade running around in his boxer shorts on Inferno. And he's going to go for the brazen peak. Oh, if he went a little bit wider, God knows what he would have seen. He will find 0 frags, trade after trade. 3 men remaining here for Nihilum, and there is so much time for CLG to play with. They've got 4 people. Nihilum with 3 men to cover 2 sites. No vision of mid. Oh, Han could get so much information here. The bomb goes down. 2 frags to him. That will allow the rest of his team to rotate down to 2 versus 2. This round is insane so far. Valens coming in with a slow rotation up mid. He's going to pick himself up an AK. Remaining 2 players with armor and the defuse kit. Hiko trying to see over the smoke while Valens is over towards the quad area. And these smokes may just win the round for the CLG side, as they're running out of time. But Valens is close to the bomb. But again, he doesn't have the kit. It's Hiko who has the kit. Hiko needs to be the one defusing here. FNS is going to spot Hiko. He's going to go down. Valens, is he going to have time? He's got a kit, but that's going to be that. The damage. There are bodies all over the place, and there's 1 to add to the roster.
Yeah, and CLG managing to string 2 T rounds there together, so Nihilum will be forced to do a eco. And considering they're up a siege on Inferno, they should just go for a full eco here. Just the only thing they should care about at this point is their own economy, because if they get up to the kind of money where they can have 1 op, 4 smokes and 4 to 5 Molotovs, it's just going to be great for them. So should just we see some P250s and as he said, but no Kevlars at least.
So Valens is going to pick up 2 flashes, and Nihilum will send an extra man towards the B bomb site. So you have to think they're going to try and do considerable damage if they can. However, there are 3 CLG men headed towards the A site, and if they can clear it out, they may not get the opportunity on B to get those pop flashes. It doesn't look like they want to do them on banana as you normally see around the corner where the car is. but they want to do it deep onto the site. The march continues from CLG over towards A. Coming in from both sides now, quad and arch, and there's nobody there. Nihilum may start to creep into their direction. But at this point, I think all they can do really is try to use their bodies to find an exit and maybe steal a weapon, as the AWP was stolen so long ago at the start of this match.
Yeah, they should definitely try to go for some kills here. I mean, sure, Valens can save his flashes for the next round, that's $400, but I think it's worth it to just try to push them and use those flashes to get one kill. Because if you get one kill, that's a Kevlar or an AK, is $3,700 at least.
Valens just threw a flashbang, which makes me think that they are trying to set a bear trap and try and bait the T's to find them. Because at first I thought maybe they just don't want to give them the extra $300, which doesn't really make sense to me. But then the flashbang seems to be a bait, but they're so far away from the A sites that I think if they just went as a mini unit to try and put themselves in a an exit position, then maybe they could get some real damage in. So it's going to be the NIP smoke onto that corner, which Exist used to famously throw on Inferno. So Hiko a bit bored, looking for some action. Might be a while over there.
Bomb is towards A mid here, so might be an A push. Usually you see the bomb more towards the A slope, but just as I say that, the bomb is rotating back towards B. And one still at the apartment, so CLG going for a lurker and 4 people towards banana. So probably going to be a simple A execute with a lurker towards A, or sorry, B execute.
Yeah, you can see Nihilum with a standard 3-2 setup across A and B, but they're being passive, which is unlike them. Not really going for any information, and let's see if it goes to bite them in the posterior. As hazed is going to be watching the rotations. Hiko blind going to find a frag. Traded by Tarik. Now there's control of construction. They're going to plant in the smoke without clearing the site, and they'll just about get it done. Valens is he going to resmoke? Is he going to resmoke and go for a defuse? He doesn't have a kit, but he's going to do it anyway. If you've got knives coming in, so he's going for the bait, in fact. But he hasn't seen a player behind him. This is getting a bit crazy here. Jadium is going to finally get the frag down to the AWP now, but we know he's capable of the clutch here. Oh, he tries to molly the bomb, but he's not going to be able to do it. Tries to find the traders before he stops the defuse from coming in, even though he had the 1v1 angle there.
That was so awesome. That guy actually had a duel whilst being sliced with a knife. And the guy was sitting in the smoke looking for the diffuser, so he probably didn't see anything. He just heard that it was hitting him with his knife. So I'm just going to keep doing this.
We've had some completely absurd moments in this match, and that is another one to add to the list. Very bizarre indeed. Over Nihilum find themselves on 12 rounds. I don't know what to say. Yeah, I've never seen that before. A guy being sliced whilst having an aim duel towards another guy. It's very odd. Okay. So, a passive round, a slow round should I say. Passive might not be the right word for this one, but a slow round to start. CLG calming things down. Nihilum, you can see slightly more aggressive positions. They're playing the bait setup towards Arch, with SEMPHIS peeking with the AWP. If he goes down, then sancz will be ready and waiting in the cubby hole area.
And I was just going to say, they only need 1 smoke here to block off 2 players. And look at the overview. 2 players forced to rotate back and play defensive now. Just thanks to 1 smoke.
Yeah. And something we've seen Vox do at top mid with smokes is actually boost over them to look down mid. I don't know if it's an option or if it's a sensible thing to do in the arch area. But there is an incline in mid, so that might have something to do with it. Might not even be possible. But here we go. CLG are going to use these passive positions of Nihilum's to advance. SEMPHIS being cut off once again, but he's going to go straight through the smoke and find a frag regardless. Such bravery will net themselves a 1-man advantage. The rotation slow to come in though. Valens still over towards B-bomb site, only just moving in now. JDM going to find a crack, and that's going to cause a crack in the head. Oh, the chest upon. 3 versus 3. We've got FNS stuck on the site. He doesn't know what angles are safe here. And sancz will stop the trade coming in before he even kills FNS. He will go down to Valens. just down to JDM now, but he doesn't have any kind of angle on the bomb. And there are 2 players on the side, and he's got to be looking for the trader to pop out. Will not go his way, and it will be another round on the board for Nihilum. CLG completely cleaned out. However, they did get the bomb plant.
Yeah, and they're actually putting a lot of pressure on Nihilum's economy. Though it's 13-9. So let's say they break the bank of Nihilum. Nihilum is forced to an eco. Then it's 13-11, and they're still down 13-11 ST on Inferno, even though they break the bank of Nihilum. So there's a lot of ifs if CLG wants to make it back here.
Yeah, that cushion will be a comfortable one for Nihilum at the moment. But the seat underneath is definitely a cold and hard one, and they don't want to feel that.
They'll have it on the chicken as well.
Nice nade there by Tarik. I shot a chicken with a deagle the other day, and it had a blood mark, and it didn't die. I was like, okay, this is like the final boss of chickens on Inferno, or whatever the hell map it was. Moving on. 4-round lead here for Nihilum, and again, slightly changing their CT setup, although I say slightly, now we have a rotation Hiko coming towards Arch to support the AWP SEMPHIS here. And we just have a congregation of CLG players at top mid. I think sancz might have seen an elbow there. He'll take down FNS as well. Trades coming in from JDM64. 45 seconds left for CLG to do something here. We've got Cutler rotating out of Banana. And is this bait going to work? In fact, it's going to be SEMPHIS in the corner with an AWP. That's kind of bizarre, and it's not going to work. Tarik taking him down with a Tech 9. Now only valens remains versus 4. So I don't know how they ended up with SEMPHIS in the cubbyhole with the longest gun in the game. And Hiko holding the angle, but it was not to be.
Yeah, the guy from Quad there, getting his first kill, usually should settle with 1 kill, because if you get 1 kill there from the side, you're pretty sure that the rest of the terrorist is going to look towards you when you take that duel. So usually you see the CT jump back towards Quad, try to back off towards Big Pitch or site, but the Nihilum player actually opted to go for another fight and went down. And this game is going to cool off a bit now, because Nihilum is going to eco. CLG is probably going to win that round pretty easily, and we should have a 13-11 score here in the next 2 minutes.
Okay, so question for Nihilum is, how do they use valens with this AK? They have 1 rifle to work with here. He's going to pick up a Molotov, a smoke, and a flash, and a defuse kit. sancz is going to pick up 5.7 and armor. So I'm quite curious. It's the man with the gun is also going to be the man with the nades. So let's see. Looks like, are they going to play the bait here? We saw this at one point from Fnatic when they were changing things up with how JW pushed apps. They would use him for bait at one point and then have a trader in bedroom, which was never expected from Fnatic because JW used to always be there on his lonesome. But they're going to push through apps and give the side up to CLG. And down goes the gun on all the nades apart from 1 with it. When you die with multiple nades, only 1 of them will be picked up.
Yeah, and bomb is going down. 2 people in big pit. Nihilum is better off just saving the stake, you know.
Yeah, Han has a lot of money on the bank there, on his shoulders. SEMPHIS eliminated. Just Han trying to get as far away as possible. If he crosses this bridge, it could be the end of him. FNS. Oh, he's given the game away, but FNS still running in the wrong direction actually, so I don't know if he's using dodgy headphones, but oh, he's finally realized, hold on a second, that wasn't one of my boys. We'll see if Han can save this, but 11 rounds for CLG.
He is probably able to save the weapon, so decent eco here from Nihilum managing to save that weapon. So 13-11 might actually see another eco here from Nihilum, and I actually like this. They can go for another full eco and still be... Oh, they're actually going for the force buy with 2 FAMASes, so that was pretty surprising. But yeah, they still have full rifles and a ton of smoke, so it's absolutely doable. And a fast push here in mid for CLG.
Well, things not going their way straight away, but trades coming in from Han. Now the question is, will things slow down here, or will the war of attrition just continue? Will it be madness? That smoke will slow things down at the top of mid. And Nihilum will rotate a second player over towards the B bomb site. Han with a sneaky position in apps. This could go either way, as he can't back out of Boiler now that Tarik and JDM have those angles. So let's see who gets an early advantage here. He's kind of stuck. Oh, did you see FNS there?
Oh, the timing.
The timing is off the chain. And he's actually got SEMPHIS here to support him as he comes out of this angle. How many can he find, SEMPHIS? Only one, but now Han's position will be even more powerful. They're not going to check the corner, and he's going to find himself one frag, two, and the bomb. He might have just won the round here for his team. More trades coming in. But now there's 30 seconds on the clock, and JDM64 has a decision to make. And I think that Hiko could hear the sound cues there, which is going to make Valens go back to the B bomb site.
And JDM probably going to smoke city spawn. Might think he has a clear opening to plant the bomb, but a guy is already in construction. This shouldn't be doable for him.
12 seconds, he's got one chance to make it. So many angles to look at, and again, that's the power of sound in Counter-Strike. Hiko saying, hold on, he's running away from A. Valens rotates, gets a free kill. 14 rounds on the board for Nihilum. The buy paid off.
Surprisingly, though, JDM was worried that the CT was actually going to play deep into B site. That would be a very strange position, considering Nihilum were only 2 left, and he should have realized that he was rotating back to A in the midst of the chaos there. But yeah, great round there from Nihilum, picking up their 14th round, saving that up for SEMPHIS, and looking to close out this game now.
That's a good point, though, you just made about where the player is likely to be, considering the data on the table. So maybe a bit of short-sightedness there, but 3-round gap between these two North American teams. We're into round 26 now, and it will be Cutler just keeping an eye on things on Banana while the rest of his team head around the A bomb site. But that is an unexpected frag onto SEMPHIS, it must be said, and a minute on the clock here for CLG to play with. The bomb completely unseen by Nihilum. They won't really know what's going on just yet.
45 seconds here, so CLG has to commit to a site, and the bomb is going towards B, so he's gonna fake here in mid, and it's all up to the player defending B now.
Han is very blind indeed at the moment. He is lacking information, but the rotation's going to come in. Hiko heading towards B bomb site. Will he get there in time, however? Han's going to take down hazed elsewhere, meanwhile. Hiko finally getting a frag through the smoke, and the M4A4 is putting in work. The Poseidon causing a tsunami over towards B bomb site, and another one through the smoke there. No plant for CLG either, and that is going to be a significant point as we go into what could be the last round. No 4K bonus for the team.
I mean, for me, like, when I'm going from city spawn trying to spam that smoke, I never get kills. I wonder if he has, like, a set angle he shoots in, or if he just randomly shoots. I mean, the plant, the last kill, like, that was obvious, and he knows the plant. But the first 2.
3 kills through the smoke for Hiko. That's a very nice pop flash off the corner. Goes for a second one as well, just to cause even more problems for these teams, and that will allow him to get the smoke down as well. Very nice stuff indeed.
Gonna jump and see if we can see someone over the smoke. 3 player on A, so if CLG decides to push towards A here, that's probably their best chance.
Yeah, their best chance is still not a good one. With only Tech 9s, a few flashbangs and a few smokes. Again, that desperation plant actually would be hard to defend in this situation. But at least they'd get the clock on the CTs. So, nades coming in all over the place. For what little they have. Massive gap there. I'm not sure what the aim was with that. But, again, with limited funds, limited resources, they'll do what they can. JDM64 picking up the AWP. There's an M4 as well. And they've got the wrap onto B. And it seems like Nihilum have no idea. Although they must be conscious that it's possible. Valens going into construction. Just trying to keep an eye on his front and his back. And there's JDM again rushing onto the site and getting taken out. And Valens will waste time and allow the rotation to come in, but it won't be required. He's going to find the final kill, and Nihilum will take it 16-11 on Inferno.
And just the opening on the T side for Nihilum won in that game. They were up, I think, was 6-0.
It was a lot.
Yeah, CLG managing to pull it back a bit to 6-9. But it still isn't enough, and then they lost that second pistol as well, so the match was pretty much over there.
Yeah, another strong showing by Nihilum on Inferno. I think there are two. Again, I think there are two tiers of teams that bring out different styles in the team when they play on Inferno, and that's the more aggressive one, where they basically get to do whatever they want on the T side, and that'll give them enough rounds on the board to close it out on the CT side. So there's going to be a break of maybe about 45 minutes before our second match. So make sure you stay tuned. Hit the follow button again. Once we reach 600k, we're just going to go crazy with giveaways. But in the meantime, we will see you soon for the final match of the evening.